Hello, legends and super legends. Welcome to Veloharmony's subscriber hangout. Today, January 4th, 2019. Hope you guys are ready for the weekend. We've got really fair weather coming up in our area. We've got sunshine, and I think it's supposed to be close to 20 C, which is about 69, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And it will start, I think, in the 40s or 50s. Let me see. They get pretty close. I give them credit on these forecasts. So at about sunrise, it will be 40 degrees. 40 degrees is right around probably 5C thereabouts. So we're going from 5C to, let's see, during the ride, to 63. So from 5C to about 13C, which is like 40 to 63 during the riding time. Now, later in the afternoon, we're supposed to hit 20C, which is about 70 Fahrenheit, and it's supposed to be sunny. So it starts out kind of cold, warms up. So you still got to get arm warmers and leg warmers, that kind of stuff. So, of course, Paul and I plan to do minimum 162 kilometers, which is about 100 miles. That's our plan. So we'll ride with a group for a while, film them, and then take off. Because I don't believe they're going to be going that far. They said 50 or 60 miles. We haven't heard from anything about Mo's group, so we're going to hook up with Team RR. And they said 50 to 60 miles. They have not ridden since it's been raining. We've had a lot of rain. I mean, they've missed a lot of days of training. But in their minds, they're going to forget that they have and try to overdo it. That's why they end up turning around at Taco Corner. So, so we got our own plan. Here's Ron. Ron on your left, retired. Ron, how are you doing? Christopher Roxbury, how are you doing? Peter Rogala. How you doing, Peter? And then we've got Roger Pierre. You're new to cycling. Hey, welcome, man. Welcome. That's why you're here. The information here will get you old to cycling in no time. That's the reason we do this. We didn't have that when I was starting out, so we floundered around because, some people were not willing to kind of give you tips and so forth. So don't worry about it. You're in the right place. This is for all levels here. Adam, how you doing? Happy New Year to everybody. We're here. I did the video I did on Zwift appears to be very popular. I didn't expect it to get that many views in such a short period of time. But I did that as a part of the archives. We're getting so many frequent, what do you think about Zwift? What do you think about Zwift? And so I've done that. Now we can use that for the people who will come and ask. And I thought it was kind of good. I spent all the time researching stuff and then just wanted to do something complete for those who might want to try it or just don't know about it. So that's kind of cool. That's my buddy beeping in. I'm going to let him know we're live. He wants me to call him. We're live right now. He can join. Paul and I have been chatting. What we're chatting about is that, hey, Charlie, how you doing? Yep, got to get the K's in. And let's see, Saulo Durval, Durval. How you doing, Saulo? We found a deal on those of you who are in the market for shorts. Got an email this morning about 2 a.m. The email was sent out. I usually get up at 5:30 every day. I just keep my schedule consistent. When I was in high school, I went to a regimented school, not really military, but it was run by priests of the Catholic Church, and they're very regimented. And it's part of the year we lived on campus, so you had to get up at a certain time, do your chores, say your prayers, whatever, have breakfast, and go to classes. So I've just gotten used to that style of living where whether I have something to do or not, I get up at the same time, go to bed around the same time. So got up at 5:30, email from Rafa said, final reductions. That's when I get excited. Final reductions, that means they're hitting 50%. So I clicked on it, took me to the site, and there are certain things we've been looking for. I've been looking for shorts. The shorts are very pricey. They, ASOS, even some of the Castellis. We're talking normal price like $270 US. Osso's like around 3 something, but they're good quality shorts. So they dropped the price from $250 to $137. I immediately sent a text to Paul. Paul was at work, and I said, "Time to move, my brother." I bought one. I think he bought 2. Because we had money allocated for that. We've been watching the shorts. They don't put them on sale very often. We bought the lightweight, what they call the flyweight shorts for summer, because most of our year is very hot and humid here. So I got one of those. I think he got 2. The regular shorts, they didn't put the colors we like on sale. I like the black and black. I don't want those letters. They got different colors like the white and So that's all. So at $137 for the quality of shorts they make, that's pretty mainstream. All the other guys, they sell around that part. That price. And then I snatched a deal on eBay right before starting this session on the stuff that Christopher Roxbury asked me about, the seat posts I was talking about getting. I had ordered it from a company called Bicycle Buys, and I think I mentioned that they had mislabeled the inventory. So online it said they had the FSA 27.2, which fits my frame. They ended up only having the 31.6. So it's been 2 weeks. They've been trying to source it. Found it on eBay, clean copy, little scratches that said used, but it was a company called, I think, Bicycle Outlet or something like that. So it's a bike shop, an online bike shop, clean copy. And I waited till the last minute and just snatched it from somebody who was on there. Ended up paying a whopping $63 plus shipping, like $8 shipping. So $71 for a part that sells around $191. And getting it from a reputable bike shop, that's pretty good, because even though it said used, I believe it was just in their inventory because it looked new. They had enough pictures. You can zoom to it. So it's 350 millimeters long. So it's long enough to where on my blue frame, which has the sloping top tube, I need a slightly longer seat post. The 240 won't work, the standard length. So that's going to be perfect. That's more than enough. And it's perfect. It's 2.5 setback, standard road. It's going to look just like the one on the Colnago, just a shallow, less of a setback. So I'm thrilled. I'm stoked. So I saved about $120 or something like that if I had bought it retail. So that's always good. So that's kind of cool. January is tough on the budget. You just get through Christmas, and then so I had to really keep money aside for those things. But anyway, enough about that. But this is the time to take advantage of the sales because they're going on until the 11th. Rafa is pretty much giving stuff away. I guess they're moving stock to get new stuff in. Let's see here. Have you had the Rafa race cape? Oh, yeah. Mine is blue. I don't know if you saw that. This is Paul K. Yeah, I have it. We use it. It works. We used it. We've used it many times. We have video of us riding in the rain. And the Rafa race cape, I was one of the skeptics on the Rafa Pro Team rain vest. I was a skeptic. I even made comments about it on a video when I was talking about the review of their product. Like, why would you need a rain vest? And I ended up realizing after getting the race cape, I think it was last winter, certain temperatures, it just got too warm, even though I unzipped the arm to let air in. And then I realized that when it's warmer and it rains, a rain vest is perfect because that ventilation from here. So I got their rain vest. It went on sale and I got it. And I used that too. But when it's very cold below 10 C, which is 50 Fahrenheit, I use the rain cape because you don't want to be wet and cold. And it has performed. I just used it. The last rainy ride I did was Wednesday. I took Thursday off and I took today off because tomorrow we're doing a long ride. There was no point. I wanted to just get all my running around done today so I can be free and clear. So yes, I believe they're on sale right now because they're trying. I think they're going to bring new stuff next time. But yeah, get them. Hey, Cycle Warrior, how you doing? I believe they're on sale. So yeah, I like them. Paul and I have the same color. We got the light blue, almost like what you see this Cycle Warrior Super Chat color. That's the one we have. It's a very light blue. I wanted it to be visible. I know everybody goes for black. I think even the black is on sale. But I wanted something light because most of the time when it rains in the winter here, it's cloudy. And even with the lights, I'm going to try to have a jacket if my lights run out because we ride really long. So that's a backup. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that. well built, keeps the water out. I was dry in very cold temperature for hours. So yeah, no problem there. It's our feet we're working on. And while we're talking about stuff, we found something made by Assos. You know, I don't talk about Assos much. I don't favor one over the other. Whoever has the good stuff at a good price, I'll get it. Assos has Paul found it. It's called the S7. For those of you who are in the know, we're looking for overshoes that literally keep your feet dry. We're having trouble finding overshoes that will keep your feet dry. Somehow the water's getting in there, even though we've sealed the bottom of the shoe, you know, our vents. You guys know, put tape and whatever. Those overshoes have weaknesses in the ankle area. The water somehow gets in. And so this S7 by Assos comes heavily recommended. We found them at Merlin Cycles online, $64. I think we'll give it a try. It was like $20 less than their listed retail price. Other places got them close to $100. It's a good price. We grabbed them. So we're going to test that. And then if it works, I will do a review because I don't want to review something I haven't put through the paces. But Assos makes a lot of different overshoes and their claims are great. And the write-up on this S7 one, there's a lot of technical things that talk about the membrane opening up when your feet get hot to let air out. It just blew my mind. I was like, wow. So I cut and pasted it in a document to keep. And I'm going to see how it performs. It's not just for rain. It's actually to keep your feet warm as well. So it doubles. So that's like one shoe that fits all. An overshoe that fits all. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for products that actually work because that's the weakness in my rain system right now. My feet, the overshoes are the failure right now. None of them have been able to. Now, to be fair to the Peugeot 3, the last time I used it, were in a torrential downpour with blowing wind, rain, you know, not just, but the Dexter, it looks like it needs to be retreated with the DWR. So this one from Assos has no treatment or anything that you got to do. Is the fabric itself repels water to have an inner membrane or something. So we'll try that. Then I also ordered from a company called Showers Pass. I put the link on the recommended cycling products on the socks. They have waterproof socks for cycling or hiking or whatever. And supposedly they have 3 layers in the socks. They're not that thick. And they will keep your feet dry, even if water gets on them. I mean, they literally have somebody walking in a pond and they have somebody spraying water on the sock, bare feet with socks on. So those are the kind of things I'm trying to put together. And I will do a video when they come together. For those of you who choose to ride in the rain like we do, and of course, you know, I'm assuming you'll have mud guards because then that will defeat the purpose if you don't. But that's what I'm looking at stuff so people don't have to wonder and try too many things. So we'll try them for you. All right, let's go here. You asked about that. Good afternoon. This is Farmer 2702. How you doing? Charlie Hughes, the Pro Team shorts in Navy are never on sale. You know, Charlie, you took the words out of my mouth. Those guys are studying our habits. The Navy, Charlie, and the black and black. I think even the black and white, I haven't seen them on sale. I bought the black and orange earlier in the year. I have a copy. It went on sale. The one we got today was the Pro Team lightweight, featherweight. That's what they called it. And I got it in regular. They come in short and regular. I never do the short because they end up looking like little kids' shorts on me. I've got long femurs. So we did the regular length. That's how they come, regular and then short. And today was the first day they put the featherweight Pro Team shorts on sale in that length of regular. They had the short up to yesterday. And XL is the size I use. Paul uses that. Within a few hours after we bought it, the XL sold out. So they have large and the other sizes there. It's not going to last. At $137, you're saving $113 off the $250 regular price. And $137 for a pair of cycling shorts is fairly mainstream for the quality they put in their stuff. So it was like no brainer. And we've been waiting. I have a short list of things I want from them. That's how I do. And so it was really good to see. But you're right. We've been watching. I'm watching those Pro Team. I want the black and black that goes with all your kit. I don't want those other colors. And the navy will be nice because I don't have any navy shorts other than my La Passion navy shorts. And I think Cycle Warrior X owns La Passion as well. And they're decent. I use them when the weather is hot. They're pretty lightweight. Yeah. So I have 2 La Passion navy. I don't have any Rafa navy. They don't put them on sale because they know they will be purchased at a regular price. So we're going to wait patiently and stretch those cycling dollars. Let's see here. 2 degrees right today. Paul K. Wow. Give you credit for that. Yeah, when it's really cold like that, you got to cover your face. That's why they build these. This is a black merino wool similar to the gray one I wore. You would do that. Put your glasses on. Of course, you protect your head. Keeping the wind off your skin when it's very cold is critical to your comfort while you're out there. And I like that they build these necks into that base layer. Then you don't need a neck warmer. So what I usually do when it's very cold, I will put a standard base layer on under with sleeves, put this over it, long sleeve jersey, and if I need a jacket, because the way you layer the stuff, you don't look like you're wearing a lot of stuff. And they all breathe, so you don't get hot under there. It doesn't trap your perspiration. So it makes a difference. Even tomorrow, it's supposed to be sunny and everything. I will be wearing my knickers. Well, I call them knickers, but they're knee warmers. They got the little white stripe on there. Some of you may have seen. I put it on Strava. They got the white stripe in the front. I will wear my brevet jersey and just the winter thermal shorts because the air is still cool. It's going to be starting 7 or 8 C thereabout, when we roll out, and then we'll go up to like maybe 13 C, which is like 61 to 63. And with the wind, it will feel cooler. And we're going to be out there for at least 5 hours or more. We're going to do 100 miles. So yeah, you got to dress for that. And so it's important. Hey, Lucas. Good evening. Psycho. Yeah, Paul and I are great, man. We're just chatting. He's probably into something. He didn't know where here we go. He replied. He was stretching in the gym. Okay. He's heading home. So he's driving. He went to the gym today. Because during the winter, you can mix, like today is a good day to do flexibility work. I don't go to a gym. I just do it at home. I have a total gym downstairs. So he's on the way back. Hopefully he'll be able to join us before we're done. Mansoor, how you doing? And let's see, Saulo said, I live in Brazil, Northwest. It's so hot here. Yeah, if you're in an area that's hot, you need lighter fabrics. When we get that in the summer, our biggest challenge is humidity. And I think the guys in Florida may share the same thing. It's just so sticky, because the ocean is 1 hour by car south of here. So it's not very far, but everything blows in when it's coming from the south off the Gulf. It just gets thick and sticky. And you get in your garage. You just walk in your garage to go to your car. Because the garage, I don't have AC in the garage, although it's finished. But you walk in there, and if you stand there for any appreciable amount of time, you start perspiring. That's the thing in the summer here. So then when it transfers in the winter, where if it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 C, it might feel like 45 or 42. Because it's humid. There's a lot of moisture in the air. We've had a lot of rain this winter. So that's why you have to dress for it. You can't just go by the temperature. You got to go outside. So when I put on stuff, I'll walk outside and kind of see, you try to get as close as you can. Yeah, you can't play, because if you're out there and you're uncomfortable, it's miserable. You don't enjoy it. Let's see. Yeah, Psycho says he loves La Passion. I got some of their socks. I like the solid colors of their socks. In fact, I'm looking at one of their teal socks. That's an unusual color. So I've got a jersey I wanted to go with. They have them on sale right now. That's what I'm looking at. Let's see. Roy Bata said, hi. Randy Hongo, also a fan of La Passion. Yeah, I did some reviews on their stuff. I like their shorts as far as the pads. They're very thin. I don't like shorts that have super thick pads. I like to be able to feel the saddle. So their pads are really thin, almost kind of like Santini-ish as far as the styling. Rafa deep window gloves, fabulous at 2 degrees. Now, Paul K is talking about the Rafa deep window glove, the big ones that you guys see me wear. I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm going to share this. I was pleasantly surprised. In the rainy ride we had, I had the deep winter gloves on. Now, I guess I just didn't expect or read enough of the specs, but it didn't seem to push the water prevention. It kept the water out. I have a pair of gloves from Endura called Therminite or something like that, and it was supposed to be waterproof. We're in a downpour. It soaked the water to where I could squeeze my hand on the bike and water would come down. The Rafa deep winter gloves prevented water from entering, period. The back of it has a different shell, basically the water beads. And I was just blown away. So Paul was riding with me, and I showed it to him, and he has a pair. He wasn't using it. And so the next rainy ride, he took his out. So the deep winter gloves will prevent water. They don't say it's waterproof. They say it's water resistant. But I was in a torrential downpour for hours, and my hands never got wet. The gloves never got wet because you're on the bars like this. The inside has a leather thing. I don't know how they do it, but your entire palm has a fabric that does not need any treatment. And the water just beads on it and rolls off. So it stayed completely dry. I was wearing an internal liner that I chose to because when it gets very cold for me, I need liners in those gloves if it's below 40 and we're going into the wind. And it still was comfortable. So yeah, it definitely kept the water out. That's, like I said, the weakness, we're working on preventing our feet. We have not found overshoes that will keep the water out. So we're still experimenting. So we have to wait till they're on sale or the prices are reasonable. That's why we're trying the Ossos at $64 versus $100. That's a pretty good price to try. And then the write-up on it is very good. We saw some videos on YouTube. They're okay. Just people putting on the stuff, easy to get on. And then the front and back of the Ossos S7 is just reinforced. They look almost military-like. They look tough. And then the material stretches. So there's no treatment. It's the material that's keeping the water out. Theoretically, we'll put it to the test. So yeah, those little pieces that can enhance you being out there in challenging weather. I talked about a cheap shower cap. I used to travel a lot, so I've got a bag full of soaps, shower caps, lotion, shampoo from the hotels when I was consulting. And I took one of the boxes of the shower cap. I gave Paul one. We opened it and just put it over our helmet. that stuff worked. And I was like, okay, this is a new part of the kit now. So when it's raining, in fact, I folded it and put one in my patch kit to just keep it there for this winter. It kept the water from getting the wool cap wet. Even though the wool will try to keep you warm, it just made a big difference. It's those little things we're finding out. It's kind of nice. And so we laugh about it. Like after all this time, we finally decided to put shower caps on the helmet. You just want to make sure you're not dressed too warm because you don't have any breathability. You'll see the perspiration and the condensation under the shower cap. So don't wear your thickest hats or whatever if you're going to cover the vent holes with a shower cap. But that keeps water off of you when it's cold. I wouldn't do it on a warm or hot day where you have a shower. It wouldn't be necessary. The water actually feels good on you. So that's the thing. So yeah, so we're still learning the little nuances that can enhance us being out there in tough weather or challenging weather. Let's see here. Michael Farzan, how you doing? Ron, on your left, he says, what are your thoughts on the Castelli Alpha ROS? Can you comment on other comparable winter jackets? I am not familiar with that. I can pull it up here. That's why I keep this other monitor here. Castelli. I have not used that. So that's one of those things you just have to. The funny thing is, it must be popular. I started to type it in on Google and it finished it for me. So it's listed around, your best price for that is $174. Let's see, ROS, yeah. At Backcountry, Competitive Cyclist, I think it's the same company. They've got one for $244. That's not a bad price. Probably, what is it for? Rain or shine engineering provides insulation and breathing for cold and dry rides with effective waterproofing for wet rides. So it's very similar to the convertible, because Paul has one. I used to have the other Castelli. I sold it on eBay. Paul has a Castelli jacket that has a convertible arm so you can unzip and take them off if it gets warmer. Yeah, I haven't used it, but it looks like it has similar features. I'm very happy with my rain cape. I like the way it fits. And, Castelli jackets fit well, too. They're very form-fitting, So, yeah. So you'd have to give it a try. I mean, Castelli makes good stuff. Just make sure you pay attention to the fit because with Castelli, I always have to size up. Their sizes are smaller. Castelli, Santini, I size up. I wear large in like Jordana, Rafa, I wear large. With those guys, Castelli, Santini, I go to XL. Their sizes are just smaller. They're just cut smaller like that. Let's see here. Lucas Vericius. I hope I pronounced that right. I live in Denmark, and my commute this morning was -3°C. Wow, that's cold. But I'm hoping it's going to warm up over the week. -3, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. 0°C is like my cutoff. But I guess if you're just going to work, you put on more stuff. That's cold. Yeah. Once it gets very cold, like below freezing, I don't do these long rides in those temps. I don't do that. It's just too uncomfortable. I've tried that before, and everything hurt. My face was hurting, even though I had all that crap on my hands. I couldn't get them warm enough. It just takes away from the effort of riding. And those are the days I would just do a short session on the trainer or do 2 sessions on the trainer that day. You know, one in the morning, one later in the day. Anthony Chapa, what type of rain jackets do you use on your rides? I use the Rafa rain cape. It's called the Pro Team rain cape. That's what I have right now. Paul uses the Castelli Gabba. He's had that for a few seasons. You know, just get one at a good price. They're all pretty good. Especially Castelli, Rafa. I know Assos has some. I got the rain cape on sale, and I think right now the rain cape is on sale. What I liked about it was the fit. It fits you very snug. You know, it fits your body well, and then it has a nice rounded tail. Almost fits you like a jersey would, but it has a longer tail on you. And since we have the mud guards, they made the tail to prevent spray from getting on your body. The light is changing in this room. Let me move this over here like this. There we go. They use the tail to prevent spray from getting on you. We use the SKS rain blades on our bikes. So we're protected. And that's been a good investment for riding in the rain. So that helps. But yeah, the Rafa rain cape, Castelli Gabba, whatever's on sale that is a rain, you want to make sure it's breathable. That's the biggest thing. And nowadays, most of the top guys, the stuff they sell are breathable. But look for that. Look for breathability. You don't want to build up a lot of steam and heat in there that it doesn't let out. You will be uncomfortable, especially in the cold. So let's see. Barnaby Flores said, "Hi, Eldred. Have you or anyone here tried Chapeau clothing?" No, I haven't. Not sure who they are or what they. It sounds like they've done a lot of advertising. I'm just typing in Chapeau cycling. See what we get. Chapeau.cc. Okay. Takes me to the site. They're having a winter sale. I've never heard of them. It sounds, I guess it's French. They got nice, simple looking stuff. It's not crazy. They got some cute polka dot. Everything's in euros. So I guess hopefully they ship internationally. Tempo thermal jersey. They've got some pretty nice looking stuff. Got a nice polka dot looking jersey. I just typed chapeau.cc. That's their site. I haven't tried them, but it looked nice. I'm sure there's a lot of companies out there I'm not familiar with. I like to get things on sale, and they're having a sale, so so yeah. I like companies that have websites that sell directly to us. I think that's really cool. You cut out the middleman. It looks like they have really good stuff. I have not tried their stuff, but I'll keep this tab there and look into, just check it out more. They've got thermal bib shorts, 129 euros. See, that's what I was talking about. So 129 euros, Rafa sold their shorts for 137. The 129 euros is probably around the same price because the euros are a little ahead of the dollar. Yeah, so yeah. That was a good price. People jumped on this stuff selling out. It's like within a few hours, all the extra larges were gone. I was like, man. And that's what happens. You get the email. If you're busy, you can't go to the Rafa site. When you finally go there, everything's gone. And they're like, and you're like, man, this email is useless. So you can't wait. Let's see here. Greetings from the land down under. Joaquin Michael Fernandez. You know, this guy, Michael Fernandez, I don't know why you get to do that. Why do you have to have a different name one place and a different name here? What are you up to? So I have to remember it's the same person. On Patreon, he's Joaquin. On here, he's Michael. You know, there's another guy that does that to me, and it was Hector Graticos. You know, he's got like 4 names. He's on the Veloharmony group on Facebook. He's got a different name. Then on YouTube, he got a different name. I told him, man, pick a name and stick with it so I can know it's you. Let's see here. Murky Blaze. Hey, I find that because of my really aggressive position, I have to tilt my saddle a bit more downwards. Is that normal? I'm not sure why your position is aggressive. When people use the comment aggressive position, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think there's such a thing. You know, your position should be for your body, for you. Wherever that saddle should be. That's what it is. So I don't know why you consider it to be aggressive. If you're forced to tilt it down, I mean, some people do benefit from having a saddle tilted slightly up or slightly down, usually up to like 3 degrees, not more. Then you start putting weight on your hands. So that's not abnormal, but it has to be a reason why you're doing that. I usually start people with the proper saddle height to where they're not uncomfortable. Nothing's pressing on them that requires them to. Now, once you start there and someone says, you know, I really want to try this position and they're locked in once you tilt it down a little bit, that's okay. So it's not abnormal, but when you say you have an aggressive position, it raises flags with me and most fitters because your position is for you, you know. And aggressive tends to mean you're more forward. Now, you're not on a time trial bike, I assume. If it's a road bike, your position is set for you. If you're on the proper frame size and the right seat angle to allow you to place your saddle, there is just one place for your body that the saddle needs to be in. So, yeah. It's just, so if it feels right, though, it's fine. Just make sure you're not putting any weight on the bars when you are riding. If you feel like you're sliding forward, then it may be too far down because gravity is putting weight on your hands. And if you have numb hands, that could be the cause because of that saddle being tilted down. You can tilt it down, but usually up to 3 degrees is what I've seen in a lot of fitters. Much more than that, then you start sliding. So just keep that in mind. I don't know who fit you or what your fit is, but just generally, yeah, it's not unusual. Riders benefit from level, a little up, a little down, depending on the brand of saddle and how they sit on it, you know. And it has a lot to do with their physique. There's some riders have leg length imbalances and different issues. The human body is not symmetrical. So some riders benefit from a tilt to accommodate that. You know, it doesn't have to be level for everybody. We just start there as a base, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Hey, Robert. Welcome. Cycle Warrior. He say, yeah, Castelli. Most of the European manufacturers, their sizes are smaller. You got to size up. And that's just, we've had to return stuff in the past. That's just from experience. When I raced, Castelli was the front runner making good shorts. And so, yeah, I used to use their stuff. You know, they made really good, they had really good chamois, and they still do. You know, so it was very popular. Dev Miller, greetings. Thank you for all the educational tips and practically all of our beautiful sports. And may God continue to bless you abundantly. Well, that's nice. God bless you and everybody here too, man. We're going out this weekend. We go with the grace of God behind us. Yeah, that's a very nice sentiment. Yeah, I really believe that there's a higher power. I mean, sometimes you wonder if he's present or not. You know, when stuff happens, you're like, why does he let this happen? We've all been there. But there's got to be something greater, you know. We're here for bigger reason than just existing. It's got to be. So right now, I think I'm here to take care of my girls and, you know, do this channel and my family and that, my friends and people, because I really enjoy people, and I'm really having a good time helping everybody on this channel. I'm glad Paul came up with the idea a couple of years ago. So I like to share things so that people can have it easy. And I have to check myself all the time. Like I tell you guys, when I go to the rides, I don't bother people. If somebody comes and approaches me and they're having a problem, because riders will do that. They'll come and see that you're experienced, and they'll come and ask you, what do you think? Kind of like Murky Blaze said, when I think due to my position, is it normal for my saddle to be tilted? I get some of that on the road sometimes, even from people that don't know I do fit. They'll just ask because they see me on my bike. Hey, man, you look comfortable, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And then once they approach me like that, then I'm fine. It's like I got the green light now to say, okay, this is what I think. And then I kind of give them ideas and give them suggestions and see if they act on it. And that's pretty much how I do it. Because you really just don't want to come to everybody and try to, oh, you need this, you need that. Not everybody receives it like that, or they're not ready. That's the kind of thing. So that's cool. I like that. I continually work on my knowledge about the sport and of course, fit, because fit is dynamic. And each person I fit, I learn something new, because each human being is unique. I have seen some unusual human beings in terms of leg length discrepancy. Somebody had an injury, the hips are misaligned, and you've got to accommodate that. You can't have a fixed mind and, oh, I know everything, and, oh, you're going to ride into that. No, I don't do that. I let people tell me how it feels when I fit them, so as a result, I don't get a lot of people coming back, to say, oh, I need to know. In the studio, I want them to be comfortable. I watch them. I let them put the power down on the trainer, so it's like, yeah, so I can see, because when you're riding hard, you can't cheat. It's when you're riding easy, it doesn't matter. You can have an uncomfortable position, and that's what I do. It just makes it easier on me. Okay, let's see here. John Marino. Hey, John. He said, just got off my trainer watching your last ride. How tall is Paul? Paul is about 6'2" tall. Thereabouts. I guess that's 180 something, 86 centimeters. He's about my height. We're about the same height. Yeah. And I don't know why you're asking that, because his height has nothing to do with his fit. And I mentioned that the last time. Your fit has to do with your inseam. Both of us are the same height and happen to have similar inseams, but that's not always the case. You can have two people the same height, and one person's height is the torso more, and the other person's height may be the lower part of their body. Varies. For fitting the bike, you need inseam to get the saddle height right, and then you need reach, the contact points. That's what matters, not here to the ground. The contact point will determine how long your stem will be in combination with your top tube to give you where the bars should be. And so Paul likes being stretched out. So Paul's bars are perfect for his shoulder. So when he's holding them, he's perfect. And then he places his hoods where it's comfortable for him. And on each bike, it's set up to where all the things are in the same point in space. So when he's on the Cervelo, same feel. And then the blade and all of that. Let's see. Somebody says, let's see here. John Marino just got up here. Okay. Charlie Hughes says, you should check out Le Cole Horse category jacket if you're ever looking for an all-around jacket. Never heard of that. Horse category. Le Cole. Okay. Sounds good. A video about Cal Cycling says, could you please do a video about your daily life routine? I think in terms of cycling, I guess I could be like a daily vlog. I don't know if it'll be that interesting. I get up in the morning, I guess breakfast. Okay, well, I'll wear a camera one day and do something like that. I think I know what you mean. What do I go from the time I get up? What do I do? That might be interesting to some people. I don't know. I've never done that because I don't really take myself that seriously. I don't think what I do is so unusual, but I think you're just curious. I don't do anything that unusual. Get up in the morning, have some oatmeal sometimes, make some eggs. Somebody asked about a nutritional video. I believe it was Wesley, Stephen, or somebody. I hope I didn't mix it up. But I will do something on how I do my eggs. And I think it'll be interesting for people to see, it's nothing unusual. I just eat a lot of things in the natural state, guys. I don't do the sauces and all that other stuff. Just simple, quick to fix. A few minutes ready to go. So that's a separate thing. But as far as you talking about, I will pick a day because the days, they're about the same. And I think maybe I'll pick a day where I drop off the girls so you can see what I do. Because I go ahead and get ready for riding relatively. I don't put on all my riding clothes, but I have my shorts and other stuff on. Then I slip on warm-ups that you would wear to the gym over that. Get the girls ready, drop them off at school, head back, hit the bike, get that done out of the way. I'm usually back around mid-morning to noon. I'm done with riding. The riding Paul and I have been doing was unusual. We don't ride that much all the time. But I try to get a ride in the morning. And then I start my work there around 11:30 noon usually. That's the reason I have all this crap, because I call it crap, but it's like winter stuff, rain stuff, because I need to ride in the morning so it doesn't interfere with the meetings I have in the afternoon. And now I'm doing live feeds on certain days. So yes, I think that's a good thing, Cal. I think that would be something people will be interested in to see. You have to manage your time. I don't know how else. Otherwise you go crazy or you won't get stuff done. Daily routine video. Yeah, I'll pick a day that represents most of the days, and that way, because next week I got to drop off. We bought my daughter a car. She hit the house. My 19-year-old. I told you guys about the $5,000 Mini, and that's why I bought a used car. It's a car she always wanted. It's in good copy. No major dents, little dings from door dings, or the person had one owner, and she runs into the garage. She's backing out of the garage and hits the wall. Even after I had told her, because I moved my car. We have two garages. We have a 3-car garage and a 2-car garage that's separate. I moved my car in a separate garage so that she could park in the main house, because I didn't want her having to walk across the courtyard. So she parks next to my wife. And so when she parked there, I explained to her, this is my concern when I used to back out my car. The garage has a wall here on the right side and one here, and the door's in the middle, like most garages. So if you mess up and you hook that wall, your mirror comes off. So what I did is I had to talk with her. I said, when I'm backing out my car, I look on this side and I make sure I clear there's a little lip where the garage door, let me do it this way. The garage door fits in this space. This is like the frame. She hit the frame, and on the quarter panel, and then realized, oops. And then she drove back in the garage, thankfully, because if she had continued, the mirror was coming off. So she comes inside the house and tells me, I just hit the house while I was backing out. And she said, yeah, I know, you told me to watch for that. And this, I said, well, did the mirror come off? Oh, no, I didn't go that far back. It caught the back of the car. So I get out there and I look, and there's a piece of the trim on the ground. And then the car has white paint from the wood on it. But it doesn't look like it broke her paint. It's just dented the area. And so you guys know Alan. Alan rides with us, and he's a BMW guy. She has a Mini, made by BMW. So I called him today and just explained, and he starts to laugh. I'm like, what's funny? And he said, well, I know another guy who went through the same thing, but it was worse because his kid flipped the car. Thankfully, the kid was okay. And he said, that's how they learn. I'm like, come on. I said, I already walked her through it. She's a pretty good driver. She did driver's ed, all that stuff, but it happens. I believe she just wasn't paying attention. But that's me. I'm just hard-nosed. So kind of let her sweat for a day or so with the paint on there, because she was like, are we going to fix that? So who's we? I said, that was not in my budget. I got you a car. I didn't tell you to hit the house. So now I got to fix the house and your car. So for a couple of days, she was behaving really well, washing all the dishes without being told. You know how they get. So this morning I thought, okay, we'll take the car in on Monday. So Monday's going to be an unusual day where I'll be doing the video, the film, and then about mid-morning, we're going to take her car and drop it off at Alan's shop so he can get the PDR paint. They call it paintless dent removal, guys, he said. We'll come and pop up the panel and then buff the paint. I didn't touch it. I still, he can mess with that. But, that's why you don't want to get your kids expensive cars for their first car. Let them get something reasonable. The car has decent power. It's not the Mini Cooper is not a slouch. It has good pickup. I want to have something that when you're driving and you need to get in a space, you can move. And so it's like, so I told her, I said, well, it's embarrassing to tell people that you hit the house. The house doesn't move. So what are the chances of the cars out there that do move? So, and she just looked at me like, she felt badly enough. So I wasn't too hard on her. I kind of let that go. I don't know how I got into that, but anyway. I was talking about a day in the life. Yeah, I'll do something like that. I'll strap on a camera, and I don't think I need a gimbal for that. But yeah, I think that would be interesting. I've seen people do it on YouTube where they start the days early and kind of a documentary kind of thing, and so we'll see. Good idea, Cal. Eric Nell, happy Friday. Yeah, man, we got sunshine, and I didn't ride, and my wife was like, "Are you sick?" I said, No. I said, we're riding long tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff to do. And there was an auction on eBay I had to steal from somebody. And I was able to get it at the last minute. I got a nice FSA K-Force, clean copy, used, $71. I was like, man, that's a good price. Carbon. That's the thing, Chris. That's the one we're talking about. The other guys could not source it. It's been 2 weeks I've been waiting on them. So I called them right after I won the bid and told them, you got to cancel the order and refund my money. So they were like, okay, we understand. So it's kind of pretty cool guys. They're in New York. They're called Bicycle Buys. They're good guys. I bought from them before. Easy to deal with. Let's see. Yeah, you should check out Lacoste. Okay, so here we go. Happy Friday. He said, question, does 4 watts saving on tires make any noticeable difference? You guys are not easy, man. You gave me some tough stuff. The new Conti 5000 claims to save 2 watts per tire over the 4000s. Okay. I don't believe so, but they got to say something to get us to buy that, I guess. How do you quantify that? How do you prove it or not, or disprove it? I wouldn't worry about that, man. When you're out there with the boys, even if you got a power meter, a lot of times when you're going hard, you're not looking at that thing. I had a power meter. I had a Cyclops G3. When you're going hard, you don't look at that thing. You look at it when, let's say you're by yourself or you're chasing in the wind or something. That's when you will look to pace yourself. Most of the time, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. The 5000 is sold at full. I think it's more expensive right now because it's new. Somebody had asked about that. Don't get me wrong. I'm interested in it myself because I have the 4000 S2, but they need to put it on sale. It's kind of high. I bought the 4000 S2 for $32 per tire when I got them on sale. That's about what I paid for tires. Anywhere from 22 to like 35 is the range where I've been finding Rubino Pro. You guys know. That's when I get them and I just keep them in here. I got so many tires to use. No rush to get new ones. So if you want to try it, just wait till it's on sale. Don't fall for all of that. I'm sure they've improved it somewhat, but how do we prove that? They could have just rebadged it and put it out. We don't know that. But they make good tires. I have a lot of Continental tires. I have the Grand Prix Classic I was talking about on the Colnago. It rides well. It's not high TPI, but it's still a good tire. Gator Skin I use on the trainer, rides really well. Gator Skin's been out forever. They make good tires. I don't know why they, I don't know who that's going to matter to, maybe at the top levels where those guys are really watching the watts. But I wouldn't stress it right now. I mean, if you want to just try it, see who's carrying it for the lowest price. Maybe look at Merlin Cycles or something. Sometimes you get lucky on Amazon and get a good price. Just give it a shot, man. It may be fun. I like good tires. It's good to have nice rubber on your bike. Like new shoes for your wheels. So yeah, I don't know how you would quantify. So I wouldn't worry about that. Don't make that your basis. Just know that they make good stuff. And now the 4000 S2s are gone and it's been replaced by these guys. So when I wear out my 4000 S2s, yeah, I'll probably be getting the 5000. I'm hoping they're on sale at that time. I don't want to pay $70 for a bicycle tire. That's about what I paid for the tire on the Mini. We had to get 2 tires from my daughter's Mini Cooper. It's getting to where, we're buying car stuff for the bikes. Car price, range. DB, you should be getting free stuff as your channel grows. I do, DB. I have been. The issue is I turn most of them down because the guys that are offering free stuff, it's just a bunch of junk. they'll send me, because I have an email called marketing@Veloharmony is on the channel for people who, because we've had some sponsors like MD was a sponsor, and we had like their, what do you call it, the compression socks and just regular bamboo socks and different things that they sent. What I do with people that I don't know, and mostly what has been happening has been, and even there's a place called FameBit. I've done all that stuff, the marketing stuff, because I did the YouTube Creator Academy. And once you're in there, they send you stuff that they're into. YouTube, I guess, bought a company called FameBit, where you go and your channel is hooked up there, and then they find you sponsorships. So this channel is there because YouTube just, you get to a certain level. I think you get a certain number of subscribers and you're eligible. So you're in there. And so you get all these guys, mostly from China and Asia, Indonesia, whatever, and they have products. And they say, oh, we have these products and we want to send them to you. So what I do is I say, give me the link to your store or where your products are so I can look at them. And a lot of the stuff is stuff that you wouldn't want. And I'm like, I don't need all that crap sitting around here. I want to bring stuff to you guys that we can use, So now I think I know where you're getting. It may not be necessarily what I'm getting now. Like as the channel gets bigger, we may get some wheels from the bigger guys or Zips or whatever. And that's fine. But here's what I do. Like the last time we had a giveaway of the MD stuff. When they start sending those things that are quality that I've previewed, I've done videos on them, like the tank tops or the base layers for some of the products that were made for less dollars, like $15. There's a guy named Robert Tangler here, one of our supporters, who said, I did a review, and he said, what about stuff for different price ranges? I'm paraphrasing because I did expensive stuff like Rafa. And then I told him something was coming in. I think it was Przewalski or something. I don't remember exactly. But I was able to get those products that were usable, even though the price points were lower. It was good quality stuff. And so I did some of the T-shirts that you can ride if you're not on a regular bike. And I think he bought some, So we've done that, and we've been getting stuff, but I'm very selective what I say yes to, because you just don't want garbage coming in here or the cheap stuff they have on this Alibaba place. I want stuff that will be safe to bring to the channel or safe for me to ride on my bike or whatever. So yes, as the channel gets more quality stuff, what I plan to do is have, after we've done the demos, they stay here and have giveaways for like the people on Patreon that support the channel or whatever. We're going to be giving away stuff. DB just did a super chat. Thank you, buddy. So yeah, this channel, I have plans for this channel, and I'm a cyclist first. I want to keep this channel just how you see it as it grows. Anything this channel gains, I'm going to give back to the people that are supporting the channel. So we get some nice carbon wheels. We're going to have a raffle for all the people on Patreon or whatever group we decide. And so you guys will get it once we've demoed it and done the review. Give it out. I got enough wheels, and that's the thing. So I'm being very selective. I want stuff that you would walk in a store and buy, not just some carbon wheel that was made in China that we don't know about that might crumple under you. That's what I've been getting so far. On FameBit, it's the same thing. When you go there, it's just a plethora of companies that you don't know about, but they're there and they're seeking to sponsor people. And then they tell you, we'll pay you $150 to do a video. But then you got to look at the product that they want you to do the video for. So I'm very selective. I got to pick a product that makes sense for us. Would I use that as a cyclist? That's why you're not seeing a lot of that stuff. So we have to keep it selective. The other people are doing all kinds of stuff. When it gets bigger, we'll have product placements and different things, but I will mention specifically what the products are. I won't just put on Zip wheels on the bike and not say it's sponsored. I'm going to let people know. Zip sent it. Because I watch GCN too, and sometimes they just place stuff in there. And it's all cool because it's a magazine format, but at least let us know if you're pushing this stuff. I'm not going to bring a disc wheel in your face when I've been talking about, oh, it's not necessary. Then I just bring a disc wheel. No, if a disc brake company, whatever, sponsors of the field, I will let you guys know. Okay. And I will let them know. I'm not going to tell them you have to get this. I'm going to let them know this company is producing this. Here's the price, whatever, so that they understand it's not being pushed. That's the thing about it. It's like, I like deals. So yes, you're right. It's happening now. It's just I'm letting it just trickle in because there's a lot of junk stuff out there that you don't want, that you'll never use. I got some saddles that have a tail light built in. It's sitting in the studio there. I can't do anything with it. I wouldn't put it on my bike. So I'm being very selective. So yeah, let's see here. Chris Barron. Rafa Shadow jersey was 220 euros. Got it for 110. Great for British weather. Yes, the Shadow jersey is black and it supposedly beads water and it's still breathable. I've had my eye on that line, but man, you're right. They're high. Just one jersey, it just seems to be high. It's pricey. I know there's stuff, but yeah, Rafa stuff's already expensive. Then this Shadow is like the penthouse. So when you guys see Chris Barron in the UK, give him a toot of your horn because you got a good deal on that. The Shadow stuff is different level stuff. I like the technology. I think they have Shadow shorts too. I don't own any of them. They've always been they're $300+ to start. And I was like, I don't know. And they don't put them on sale very often, so you got a good deal there. Yeah. For the rainy weather, yeah, they bead. I use my the Rafa Pro Team tights with bibs. The material is made of is almost neoprene and water beads on it. I'm sure it's not designed specifically like a Shadow, but it's good enough. Especially when you're riding, if your legs get a little bit wet, it's not that bad because your legs are working. It's the rest of the non-working limbs and so forth that you want to really protect. So yeah, kudos to you. I've had my eye on them. I am over my budget for Rafa. I've been grabbing a few things here and there, but that's it. To keep the peace, I have to ignore. So we've been waiting on the shorts since summer, because they have not put them on sale. I got the orange one, so we grabbed that one. Yeah, I have to be miserly, even though I like their nice stuff. I have to get them when they're on sale and just get what I need, so I can still have the time to do all the things I like to do. So yeah, so good job, good grab there. Those things Shadow does not go on sale. I've never seen them on sale, so that's cool. Barnaby Flores, they are relatively new and famous around vintage type of bicyclists. Nice stuff. Okay, I think he's talking about the company I went to. I don't know if it was Chapeau or Lecols. I think it might have been Chapeau. Yeah, I will check them out. I'll check them out. Both of them. I've got the tabs open here. Let's see here. DB says 46 views. DB says 46 views and only a few likes. Smash the likes, people. All right. Let me tell you guys an inside thing about these likes and the thumbs down stuff. Part of all the creators that sign up for the Creator Academy stuff, you get the inside thing. This means zilch, okay? Nada. It means nothing, okay? This takes the video you're watching, it puts it on a playlist of your liked videos. Now, I understand there are other people that may see a video that has a lot of likes and say, I want to see that. That's just an after effect. As far as YouTube is concerned, YouTube makes its money from your eyeballs being on commercials. That's it. They don't care whether you like it, don't like it. And when you're watching, that's the reason why they have different things in your feed. They're trying to track what you're watching and they try to bring things they think you might like to keep you on the platform. That's really what it's about. I don't really worry about it because when I started the channel early on, I made a video where I think we're like at 200 subscribers. And I said, I do my best to reply to every comment on here. And so if there's something you don't like, put your comment under the video. Tell me what you don't like so it's constructive. And then I can make changes if it's reasonable for the next one. So when somebody just gives thumbs down, what does that tell me? Nothing. You don't like it. That's okay. So it's kind of like, if you're going to take the time to do that, put a comment in there if it really matters to you so I can get your opinion on what you don't like and why. And then I can see, okay, well, it's reasonable or no, I don't agree with that. That's the kind of stuff. So no, it doesn't do anything. And the funny thing, it's a view. That's all it is. It's a view. You have to look at it to give it thumbs down. That's a view. That's all it is. So people don't know, you got haters out there that would just come and give a thumbs down. You're wasting your time. You're helping me. You're helping that channel you claim you don't like or whatever. It's a view. YouTube knows somebody saw it. You had to watch it to click down, and that's all they're hoping for. They're running all these 5-second videos that you can skip after 5 seconds. It's yeah. So it's nice. I know what you mean. It is nice if people smile, but I don't worry about that. My focus on this channel, we have 9,000 plus people. That's 9,000 real people, 9,000 plus real people that want quality content. Some of the channels, YouTube's cracking down on that. They've always been trying their best. People go and buy subscribers. They pay these. I've been approached by people that sell services to say, if you pay us, we'll get you subscribers. And they sell the number of subscribers for a certain amount of dollars. And I'm like, give me a break. So some people do that. And then what happens is YouTube run these programs to clean things up and get rid of subscribers that are not active or whatever. So then they spend the money and they still can lose them. So don't go by that. There are a lot of subscribers don't watch videos. Look at those channels that have 200,000 subscribers. And when they release a video, you got maybe 5,000 views. They're not watching them. They're not real subscribers. So yeah, don't put too much on that. But I know where you're headed with that. Michael Fernandez said it was his network. Yeah, Michael, we're good here today, and I've got my phone here. If it messes up, then I will just do my hotspot with T-Mobile as a backup. They've been pretty stable today. Let's see here. Jayadewa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. That's easy with all those syllables. Jayadewa, have you ever tried using the global heat map feature on Strava's route builder to discover new routes? I found a lot of new roads that way, created routes and uploaded to my Garmin. I've seen it out there. I have not. Now, it depends now. I don't know if it's available to those of us who have a free Strava account. I don't have Summit or any other stuff. So I will look. If it is available, I will use it. But I do my routes on Garmin Connect, because Garmin Connect is a free thing if you have a Garmin. How I get my data to Strava, I don't go directly to Strava. Garmin Connect sends my data to Strava. So I load everything to Garmin Connect, and it's linked to Strava. So I can do heat maps on Garmin Connect. I made a video about that, how you do routes there. But I know what you're talking about. The heat map is basically where a lot of cyclists, what roads they're using. Yeah, and I'm going to do a route for tomorrow because Paul and I want to do 162 kilometers, and we found some roads last week. I'm going to do a route just to kind of see what our choices are. We plan to ride with the group as long as they're headed north, and then when they start going west or wherever, we're going to go ahead and just part ways and continue, because we're going to go north, then go west and come south. We're doing a big loop from the Richards area all the way down, because I want to film the Tri-Lakes area that we didn't do last week, so that you guys can see that it's like a whole little community of roads just up and down. And some of the surfaces leave a lot to be desired, but they've got some new pavement in certain parts. So yeah, I will check that out on that heat map thing. I'm always open to new ideas. I don't spend a lot of time on Strava. I load the rides, edit the stuff, and sometimes I can edit it on the app on my phone. Edit the description, put that out there. That's pretty much it. Vince Sorrentino, how about trying the Velotoes shoe covers? I've seen that stuff. It looks cool. What I don't like is that name Velotoes on the side. It's like a big banner of advertising, And as much as I like Rafa, guys, some of you may have noticed, I don't know, some of you have real keen eyes. I have a Rafa pair of shorts, the Pro Team, and it's got the white writing. I took my black permanent marker and dumbed it down. It was just too bright. So in fact, the short that we're talking about buying is black. So the letters are black. You have to be right up on it to see it. So somebody must have complained, because the guy who started Rafa started it because he didn't like all this advertising on clothing. So he started it, and you see that jerseys are simple and so forth. Now he's getting to where he's doing the Rafa, the way they blend with the same color as the arm. It's not just Rafa from 1 mile away. I don't like that. I know I got Rafa. The rest of the world doesn't need to know. I'd much rather peel that name off. So I've been taking marker and dumbing it down. I haven't done it to the orange one, because I got enough orange jerseys and they look nice with it. But that's what I've been doing. So I get the black. So as far as velo toes, I saw that video. A guy named Simon Moses had mentioned on here, why don't you try that? And then so I just saw the video how you put it on, because supposedly you have to do it a certain way, otherwise it's challenging. But just that big name on the side, I mean, it's like, gosh, they need to tune it down a little bit. I've heard about it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem, from some of the things that it wasn't very breathable, and you sweat in there. I want something that breathes. I don't want my foot to just be baked in there. So yeah, it's something I may look into, but right now we've got something from ASOS coming. We're going to test, and I'll do a thorough review on it. I'll do a before when it comes, an unboxing, then we'll ride with it during the ride, and then after the ride, all in one video. So when the review comes out, you get to see it in action. And I think that would be really cool for those who are looking for things to keep their feet dry. But really, if you're going to do that, you definitely need to have some kind of cover of the wheels. That spray on you, that's just, you don't want that in the winter. You don't even want it. Once you have protected yourself, you don't want that. So what we do when it's wet, we don't ride with other riders that don't have mud guards. If we do, we just keep our distance. We don't draft them, because you get all that muck on you. So we ride in the wet. We come home dry and clean. The only thing right now, like I said, our feet are damp, because the current overshoes, they try. But after an hour or so, you start feeling it coming in there. And in the cold, it ruins the ride. So yeah. All right. Esbrito, Happy New Year. All the best for you and yours. You too, my brother. Marky Blaze, this is my bike. How would you call this position? Aggressive or semi? You got to call. I'm not going to go look at that right now. There's too many people with questions on here, Murky. I think what you need to do, if you want me to look at your bike, you need to sign up on the website for the remote fit, so I can look at everything you've done, because there's a thing you fill out to give me your numbers, and then we can go ahead and address the problems you're having. So go to veloharmony.com. You'll be able to load a video and everything after you sign up. Veloharmony.com. Under the bike fit, there's a remote fit service that we offer, and we can try to help you with that. Let's go to Esbrito. He said, thank you. Okay. No problem. Let's see here. Larry Earp. Greetings to all. Still at work, but in the process of getting off. Good for you. I concur with the gentleman that made a comment about what you're doing. Also attend to become a legend. I don't follow that. Let's see. That made a comment about what you're doing. Also attend to become a legend. Okay. I think he's talking about maybe what Cal Cycling was talking about, like a day, day in the life or something, daily routine. I think I wrote that down. Daily routine video. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Sometimes it's hard to do. He's at work, so he probably didn't want to spend too much time chatting. Michael Farzam. You spend a lot of time on biking and programs. Thanks to your family for their support and understanding. You are correct. I could not do this without having a wife that believes in what I'm doing. First of all, I had to change. I was spending a lot more time doing IT consulting. I had to gradually start weaning myself away. I couldn't just stop, because that was the income. Okay, that is the income still somewhat. But what I talked to her about was, look, instead of having the kids in daycare, why don't we do this to where I can gradually divest my time from there, continue doing this, which I love more. You leverage the skills from there. And then, I had been coaching people and helping people anyway before I met Paul, and Paul suggested the channel. So I had income from cycling already, from fit and coaching and so forth. So I didn't just go cold turkey from one to the next, and that helped. But having my wife take the load. So what we did by pulling the kids out of daycare, it cut the expenses. Daycare is like you need another job in the U.S. for daycare. Those of you who have kids, you know what I'm talking about. That's why most families, mom and dad, work. Because you can't have one income and then have little kids in daycare. It's just hard. So either mom is at home or dad is at home to keep the kids after school. Because even if you have an after school program, they still want a lot of dollars. It's very significant. And you want your kids to get good care. So you're not just going to put them anywhere. So it's a significant part of your income on the daycare side. So we're able to save from there because they stay in school until 3 in the afternoon. And then they were at the age where now with 7 and 9, they did not need the constant supervision like at 3 and 5 or whatever. So everything just kind of worked out, So this was 2016 to 2018 when I've been doing this. And so everything kind of worked out of gravity. So I'm still trying to get this to be the main source of income, not the channel per se, cycling. That's the reason why I do the fits out of my studio down here, because if I had a rental place somewhere else, that would be another expense. So this way I can keep the cost of the fit down and then, still be able to do the channel. So yeah, you're right. Without the support, that's anything you do. Even if you were working at an office and you didn't have your family or whoever supporting you, even morally, it would weigh on you, because then you will be thinking about, how they're taking, how you're spending your time, So yeah, it's important. It's important to have that balance. And so, yeah, but it just, it comes with communication, man. It just kind of, you have to have somebody who's got your back. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Somebody who's got your back. That makes a difference. That makes a big difference. So yes, you're correct. I'm not doing this on my own. I have a lot of help. Paul is a lot of help as well. Paul carries that 1-pound camera. I have to pull it out of his hands during the ride. He loves filming. I'm like, give me the camera, man. It's time to ride. Let me carry it. Let's see. All right. Eric Nell, my girlfriend weighs 125 pounds. She has a Vittoria Cosa G Plus. She has Vittoria Cosa G Plus tires. Okay. Let's see. This thing just jumped. I just lost this chat. Okay. Yeah. The manufacturer's website suggests 110 psi on the rear and 115 on the rear end and 115. I think he meant 110 on the front and 115 on the rear. The maximum PI is 145. What do you think? Okay. I think 110 is too much. And I don't think it's just her weight. I weigh 190 pounds, about 86 kilos thereabout. I ride 90 on the front, 95 on the rear. I think she's gonna. Let's see what size tires. Because let's say she's riding a 23. I'm gonna assume she does not need 110. Keep it at 100 or less. See how she likes that. It's gonna roll better. Because when it's harder like that, it bounces around. The roads are not super perfect. So you don't need to, even though they're suggesting 110 PSI on the front and 150 on, that's too much. You don't need that much. And you never need to go near the maximum. It's the same thing I talk about car tires. All the car tires I have, they say 50 max. My mechanic puts 32. I had to ask them, why do you do 30? My mechanic is Alan. Alan keeps all my cars running. Alan says in the summer he uses 32, and in the winter he uses 36. So I'm like, why? He said, because it's colder in the winter, the air doesn't expand that much. I didn't know that. So, but all I knew that every time I would go for an oil change or whatever, my car just rode better when I would leave his store. So I called. I'm like, what are you guys putting in the tires? Because they do everything. When you go in for an oil change, they air up the tires, they reset the service interval and all of that on the Bimmer. And then he told me, and that made sense. So in the summer, they put 32 all around because when you ride, it's so hot, the air expands, so it probably gets to like 35 or so. I didn't know that. So no, you don't, and that's not the case necessarily for a bicycle, but if you put the 110 or 115 in there, the imperfections in the road will actually slow her down because she's bouncing at those pressures. And then she won't enjoy the suppleness of the casing of the tire. You never need to go above 100 PSI on those things, regardless of her weight. Yeah, 100 or less. Put 90 in the front, 95 in the back. She will love it, regardless of what they put on there. And that's unusual for those tires, but like the Continental tires on the side, they tell you, some of them say 85, some of them say 95. As far as recommended, not maximum. It's on the box, usually. I don't really look on the tire itself, but yeah. You don't need a lot of high pressure. Think about the little pumps we carry. When I have a flat, I can't put 110 in that thing. My arms will explode. My arms get tired. I put about 85 or so. I'm happy. It's hard enough. Let's go. It doesn't slow you down that much. You actually enjoy the tire. When you go over imperfection, you get that kerplunk. It's just nice, Yeah. Don't go over 100. You'll be good. Okay, let's see here. John Marino wasn't about fit. He just appears tall on the bike. Oh, okay. John was asking about Paul's height. He said Paul just appears tall on the bike. Yeah, Paul is set up the same on all the bikes. I think on the other video he was riding Blade or something like that, and maybe he was sitting on the tops. But when we're riding hard, yeah, he lowers. He gets low. We have a traditional setup to where when he's in the drops, he's low, even on the hoods, and bends his arm at 90 degrees. So we must have been on that back road when we left the group. But when he's with the group, he gets low. Let's see here. DB says you're providing tremendous services. Your advice saves us a lot of time and money. You know what? That's good to hear. That means a lot. I can't hear that enough. Let's put it that way. That's the goal of this channel. I spent a lot of blood, sweat, and tears when I was learning how cycling, because it's just nobody was helping. I had to look for information. I talked to some of you guys about being in the bike shop with this guy from Korea that I learned a lot about working on bikes from. I had to go look for information, and I saw a lot of other cyclists just struggling because the people who knew, the other cyclists who knew, generally some of them would look down on you. And you've probably experienced that. You get that little snobby look or something like that. And I just never could understand that, because I've never been that way. And so, I had a few people that helped me, like early on when I had my 30-pound bike, and these guys started to give me tips when they saw me hanging off the back of the group. Oh, you need a draft, And so that's how I got on my first team. It was kind of like they saw the potential and invited me to join the team. And then I found out later that other riders have to look for a team. A team found me because I just happened to be there hanging off. The guys saw the potential, but there was a lot I didn't know. So the book that got me in the right direction was Greg LeMond's Complete Book of Bicycling. I had the paperback copy. Those of you who've been there probably heard that before. I used it so much it fell apart. So I bought another one on Amazon, probably used in hardback. I have that today because it was complete. Nothing else came close. Because he won the Tour de France in 86, and I think around 87, I started getting the itch for cycling. And then in 88, I started racing. And in 87, he was shot in a hunting accident. So he wasn't racing again until I think 89. He came back and won the Tour. Now he was riding in 88. He couldn't find a team, because they had given up on him. Same thing with Lance. When Lance had cancer, I think Lance was signed up with Cofidis or something, and the contract whistled away, and he couldn't find a team until, U.S. Postal. So yeah, that's good to hear. That's the reason I do this channel, and that's the reason I help people who ask on the road. Just point them in the right direction, because not everybody wants to. I like to point people so they can go find stuff. So that, nobody has the time to do it for you. So that's good to hear. Appreciate it, DB. John Marino says, have you ever done or considered doing an organized cycling vacation, such as a trip by back roads or another company? No, I have not. Doesn't mean I never will, but yeah, I know what you mean. No, I haven't done one. I know they're out there. I just haven't. It probably will be a lot of fun. When Paul and I go, we're on an excursion, that 8-hour day. Shoot, we stopped, had lunch, we did all kinds of stuff. It was cool, just hung out. Robert Tangler, I nominate a nail salon video. Oh man. I do need my toes done. There's a place we go called Tango Nails, and then there's one across the street. It's funny. It's kind of like McDonald's and Burger King open across from each other. Tango Nails was there on that corner. Robert, you know the area, 2920 in Goslin. They were on the north side, the northwesterly corner. And then all of a sudden, HEB opens up and somebody opens a salon, a nail salon right across from Tango Nails, starts offering the same exact 20% off. You know, so it's like these guys, just cutthroats, man. That's cold. So, you know, it's yeah, that would be cool to film in there. They probably wouldn't even know what I'm doing. They're too busy trying to sell you upgrades. When you get in there, they give you this stuff. They give you a menu for what you can pick. And I always tell them I want deluxe. And then they want you to get hot stones and all this other crap. That's more money. I'm like, no. The deluxe stops like $32, $33, and then with a 20%, you know, it's a little less. And they want to sell other things that they can do. Do you want this on your skin and you want that? I said, no, this, you know, let's start with the deluxe. You know, it's just the mid-range. So yeah, it's kind of cool. My wife got me into that thing. I figured out these women got it good. It feels good. And your feet feel good in a cycling shoe because we develop calluses from riding, running, whatever you do. You get calluses on that big toe, you know, and then the back of your feet, get the skin, you know. They can scrub that off. Yeah, that's cool. Chris Roxbury, yeah, I want to see Elder and Paul getting pedicures. I go along. I don't know what he's up to. We have to schedule that. Robert Tangler, MD is very good. Yeah, I use the MD products, or Robert Tangler's talking about. MD compression socks. It goes up to the bottom of your knee, covers your calf. I wear that in between rides. I just put it on. Plus it's warm. You know, the house has tile floors and wood floors and it's cold. You know, so everybody wears something on their feet in the house. So I wear that. That's kind of good. Randy Hungo, I got 3 of the MD base layer shirts. They work well at low. Yep, you're right about that. I have the blue and the orange. They're like $15 or something. Yeah, they're really good because I think Rafa is like 75 regular price or something like that. It's pretty high. Charlie Hughes says, keep those doctors fired. Yeah, my issue with doctors, they make you wait too much. You go to a big waiting room. You make an appointment. You get there, you see like 12 people at the same time, and they're waiting. And then they'll call somebody and they go in, and then they take you from the big waiting room to a small waiting room. Like, you guys. The doctor comes for like a minute or two after you've been waiting for about 45. They never get you on time. They don't keep appointments. I think all of them must learn that in medical school. They don't keep appointments. You know, make an appointment, you get there, they just make you wait. So yeah, so I'm trying to avoid them. That's why I ride so much. My wife's always going to see doctors. You know, we go down there. I go with her sometimes, drive her. I just hate waiting. I take my PC with me so I can get online. That's why I have this hotspot. I can get online anywhere. Get my own little network so I can pass the time. Cycle Warrior, so he's laughing. He says, I'm over my budget with Rafa. You got that right. I tried to make a budget, but it just tempts you, man. There's a color. You guys are going to see it because I pulled the trigger on it yesterday. A jersey, dark teal. If you guys look at the chat from DB, that color at the top, I got a jersey almost like that. Or is it? No, it's probably Eric. Yeah, look at Eric Nell's avatar. That's the color of the jersey I got. I'm looking for a sock now, and I saw La Pasión has one for like $10 that matches that color. Just imagine that teal color on Eric Nell's avatar and a pair of socks like that with black shorts, black helmet. Man, that will pop. And that's an unusual color. You don't see teal every day. And they had it at 50% off, man. I was like, the Pro Team lightweight jersey. That's another thing I was telling Paul. They have Pro Team midweight, then they got lightweight, then they got featherweight, then they got I guess it's flyweight now. So they said that the lightweight replaced the Climbers jersey from seasons ago or whatever. Who's going to keep up with that? When you look at the write-up, it says lightweight jersey for warm to hot conditions. Well, the flyweight jersey is for warm to hot conditions too. And then, so that color was only in the lightweight and it was 50% off. I haven't known them to go below 50%. So that jersey wasn't recent. It's an older jersey. And what I do is when they send the email, I just go jerseys, large, and it pulls up because the news site, it got these big pictures of the jersey. It uses all your resources on your PC. And so I just want to see that the size is available. I hate to find something I like and the size is gone. So I do it by size. So when I see, I know it's in my size, and then I can go deeper. And so I pull the trigger on it. I send the picture to Paul, and he was like, yeah, I have this from La Pasión. So he bought the same color from La Pasión. Hasn't been able to wear it because it's a summer jersey. He bought it just as it was getting cold. So it's been sitting. So he's waiting for it to get warmer so he can wear it. He got the socks and everything. So he told me about the socks. I just started laughing. I said, man, please. That's what we bought the flyweight shorts right now. We can't wear it right now. It's cold. It's going to have to be like May or June, something like that. I just started to laugh. But that's when you have to buy, you guys know, you have to buy summer stuff in the winter and winter stuff in the summer. That's when you have to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to keep the peace at home, man. Because my wife brings the mail. When we buy stuff, we don't have anything shipped to the house. We ship it to a mail stop, a UPS box is what we use. It's more secure. Somebody signs for it because a lot of the vendors want signatures. So she gets the mail, so she knows what's coming in. I don't hide anything from her. I let her know, this is coming in. And it was like, and she just shakes her head. But the reason she doesn't mind is she sees all the stuff I unload on eBay. I'm always selling stuff on eBay. If I haven't used stuff for a long time or I'm not going to use it and it's in good condition, I put it on eBay. And hopefully you get some money back. You're never going to get what you spent. But that's the way. I don't just have things sitting there I'm not going to use. But yeah, I'm over the budget, man. You can laugh all you want. He says, you ain't never lied. I've gotten so much of the stuff while it's been on sale. My girl gave me the side eye after I got the protein bib too. That's the evil eye. That's not the side eye. They look at you from the side, but it's the evil eye. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, my eyes on the protein bib too. I got the orange one earlier at 189. That's the lowest they came. I'm watching for the black and black. They have not put that on sale. There's another gentleman that said the navy never goes on sale. Those are the two I'd like to have, a black and a navy with the two. And then, that's it. That kind of caps thing off to where you get a lot of wear out of them. I have the thermal from years ago, thermal bibs that I wear now. I wash them a lot. I wear them. I wash them pretty often. They hold up, and then they repair them if anything happens. So they last. You don't need too many copies. So I just want, those are the two things on my list, but they never put them on sale. I am not paying $270 for them. I will wait. If they never put them on sale, I guess I won't be riding those colors. I got the orange one and the black and white that I dumbed the letters to black on. But that's, I know what you mean. You got to, I know what you mean. So I try to avoid those side eyes. I don't have a problem with that because I do have funds allocated for cycling. My issue is I have to stick with those funds. I can't go tapping into something else. And my daughter just hit the house. So, there got to be funds to take care of that other crap. That's why I told her, I said, that wasn't in my budget. I bought your car. I didn't tell you to drive into the house. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's all part of life. Let's see. Let's go down here. Robert Benitez. Do you recommend tire liners to prevent flat tires? I recently sustained 3 punctures in 2 weeks. Wow, that's a lot. You can try them. They're fine. Yeah, I don't know if you need them. It depends on where you're riding, I guess. I would suggest that you just read the road. That's a lot of punctures. But sometimes you have those. There are times when you just have a lot. Hopefully it's just bad luck and you don't have a bad tire per se. That may be affecting your tubes because sometimes if the tire bead or something causing a problem, you can have frequent punctures. But read the road. Pay attention where your tire goes. It does make a difference. Don't ride in debris. If you have to ride in debris, put your weight on the pedal. Stand up. Let the bike freely move. That will help minimize that. So get to the bottom of why you're having that. I don't know if the liners are the solution necessarily, but as far as identifying, but it can't hurt. There are people that use them successfully. I don't use any, but I know they work. So yeah, if you want to get them, that's fine. But you shouldn't have to. It depends on What are you riding in areas that have a lot of stuff on the road? And that's why riders will get that. Oh, Paul's here. Cool. I see him. Just see him on there. Let's see. Robert Benitez said, I use the Continental GP2. Yeah, I have that too. I have that on my Shimano wheels. Romeo Fowler. I used to pay $168 a week for each of my girls. They are all grown up now, thank God. Romeo's talking about daycare. I was talking about that stuff. It becomes another income. It's like you need another income for that. And Psycho Words, that plus one on that. Greetings from Jamaica, Queens, New York. Todd Morrell, I remember you. Welcome. Eric Nell, you were correct regarding my girlfriend's tire size to be 23. I'm trying to get her to 25. I think she's fine with 23 for her weight, for 125. I use 23 on the front on the blue bike because I have to because of the fork that the builder put on there. It won't take a 25 because it will rub on my brake caliper because Campy brakes is flat. The brakes are flat. So I think she's fine with a 23. I think the same 100 PSI or less will be perfect for her. Don't put anything more than that. It's not. She's going to be happy with that ride. Yeah, she's going to be fine. Let's see here. Todd, any update when your podcast will be on Stitcher? Okay, Stitcher. I gotta bring that up. It's on my list. We haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, I've heard of Stitcher. Stitcher podcast. So maybe in a week. I'm going to put here, I will put it on the list and move it up a little bit. Yeah. What I want to do, the one that's on iTunes, I have the whole channel there, and then I've got a couple of playlists, like the live streams are there. But I also want to put like the history videos. I'm going to start doing more of the history stuff for the golden years of cycling, Merckx, and the other guys I haven't done. Fausto Coppi, Louis O'Connor. There's a lot of guys out there. So that would be cool. That's something I want to be keeping out there because that's stuff you can listen to while you drive. It's almost like reading a book. So that would be cool. Yes, Stitcher. I don't know which other I guess I could say mediums other than Stitcher and the iTunes stuff. I don't know the big ones. I know Stitcher is a big one. I'll do some research, but we'll start with those two. I'll get it out there. Morning, all legends and super legends from the land down under. I think it's Jisse 29, JISIH. So DJ Tony, yes, on roadie snobs for newbies. Why does that happen? Why not help build the sport? That's people, man. Everybody's functioning differently. It's not. Like everything in life, everybody's different. I have a feeling that some people are insecure in themselves, and so they don't want to share. So when somebody looks down at another person, it's almost like they think, I guess it makes them feel better. So it has to do with that person. So don't put too much stock into it. They don't represent the majority, but they're out there, So yeah, don't worry about that. They're not everybody are ambassadors of the sport or whatever they're into. Not everybody fits that bill. That's why we're excited about Mo being in our presence, because not every elite rider behaves like that. They're people, So you just, the ones that behave like that, you just give them wide berth and move on. Life goes on. Don't worry about it. You got us. We'll do our best to build a sport. You got Mo and other people out there. Romeo Fowler, I put 110. I am 215. I ride Continental Gatorskin for training. Yeah, 215, that's fine. You could probably do 100. Remember, your weight is not just on the tire. Your weight is on the beautiful diamond frame of the bicycle. That's what holds your weight. Then you got the rim and all the spokes and everything. And then the tire. So don't just think, because I'm 215, the tire. No. There's a lot more going on. You don't need. I was 235. I still rode less than 100 psi. So no, it's not going to make that much of a difference. You will love your gator skins at 95 or 100, because I ride gator skins. We've done it above and below. Yeah, you will love it. Trying to make sure we have enough light here. Let me move this thing. The light is changing because the day is because I'm facing east, and this time of day, the window's behind the monitor, and the light is going behind the house. That's what's happening. That's why I have that light behind there. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, Jesse 29. Jesse. I hope I pronounced that right. I went to the bike shop during the holidays, and the guy I spoke with could not tell the difference between two bikes. Okay. He said he has to ring the manufacturer. Bike was Bianchi, Aria Ultegra, and Bianchi TT. That's odd. They have it in their stock. They should know. You could probably look online. Let's see here. With the internet now, you don't need those guys in the store. You go there, you should already know. Yeah, I see the Bianchi. The Bianchi TT is a time trial bike. I see a Boldy TT. That's what you mean. That's a time trial bike. And then the Bianchi area. The Ultegra is just the components that they had on there. Bianchi area. Okay. Aria. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So he wrote that CC did a review on that bike. Let me see what picture they have there. Okay. Okay, the Bianchi Aria is an aero bike. It's an aero road bike. And then the other one is, let's see, the Bianchi TT is a time trial bike. So yeah, one is an aero standard road bike, and the other is a time trial bike. The funny thing about these so-called aero bikes, in the picture I'm looking at, all the cables are out just like my bike. And I guess it's just aero, considered aero because of the rounding of the head tube that they do. Because the picture of that road that CC did, they've got regular brakes in front, just like my bike. I don't know how aero it can be. I don't put a lot of stock into that. The bike is such a small factor. It's more your body and your position first. That's 80+% of the drag. So yeah, the TT is an aero bike. I don't know how he did not know that. Maybe he was new. You know, he probably should have asked for help from somebody else. Yeah. Ron on your left retired. Do you remember the 89 Tour de France finish? Of course I remember. The late Laurent Fignon was ahead because the stages before they had dropped Greg, and Greg let them go on the mountain because he was going to conserve and not go too deep. So Laurent Fignon was up by 50 seconds, I believe. And on the Champs-Élysées, Greg LeMond introduced those Scott bars when everybody used to use the regular cow horn old school time trial. He had to get special permission because he submitted it to the UCI and all of that, and people were contesting, and they allowed him to use the Scott bars. And needless to say, yada, 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 everybody rides like that now. Because what the spectators said, that when all the riders would come down the Champs-Élysées, when Greg came by, they said he just appeared to be going faster than everybody. It was a record ride for that distance. Greg set a record. 89. Yeah, I remember. Greg won 86. He won 89, and he won 1990. And in 89, that same year, Greg won the World Championships for the second time. That's my man. Lemon is my man. And I think, which year was it with Chiappucci? Was it 89? No, it was 1990 when Chiappucci was leading because he got an early break or whatever, and Greg took the time back in the time trial. Oh, yeah. Those were the days, man. Yes. We used to watch the tour. Phil Liggett and them used to do the commentary. Phil Liggett and the late Paul Sherwin. Yeah, I remember. Can't forget that. That was as epic. 8 seconds. I think it's the closest ever in the tour. Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. Let's do this. Who's next here? Jesse. So I left the shop, and also the shop won't do bike sizing unless I get a bike from them. I charge for my bike sizing, so I think, I don't know, they should at least do it and charge you for the service, and then you can go wherever you want to get your bike that fits you. But, be leery of shops that are doing bike sizing unless the person's a good fitter. If this guy can't even recognize the bikes they carry, how good is the fitter? Who's going to do the sizing? So just be careful about that. But yeah, bike sizing is close to like doing kind of a small fit. So yeah, it takes some time to do it right. So we offer that. People sign up online and we just send them an Excel documents with all their specs. We make it easy for them. We ask them to pick a couple of bikes that they're considering, and then we let them know if it will work. The shop won't do that. They'll just do your bike sizing, but make sure you get a good fitter at the shop if you're going to use them. Don't just go sight unseen. All right. Let's move here. Todd Morrell, how often do you change your Shimano cleats? I use Look, but they wear out quickly twice a year. Is that unusual for riding 2,000 miles a year? Yes, that's very unusual. Unless you're doing a lot of walking. I don't change my cleats that often. Now, I got to caution that with another caveat because I got 5 pairs of cycling shoes, guys. So the black one I wear the most, the one that I use in the rain or whatever, because for some reason I just love the fit more than all the other ones, but they're all, so I spread the wear, but still 2,000 miles on a cleat, unless you're doing a lot of walking on uneven surfaces. Yeah, because the Look cleat, I don't know which one you have. The newer ones have the little rubber that you can walk on. And the same thing with the Shimano. They've got 3 little spots that really prevent the cleat from wearing out. But they should last longer than that. I mean, they're like minus $14. I always have extras laying around, so I don't sweat it. But 2,000 miles is not much for you going through a cleat, unless when you ride, you guys stop and you're walking around, especially if there's a lot of gravel or rock. Like whenever I go to Grand Fondos, I take my cleat covers because they usually put the feed stations, dirt, rocks. That's what can chew up your cleats. Concrete is not so bad if it's smooth. So yeah, I used Look in the past, as I said before. They created hot spots, and then the cleats with the rubber, they squeaked a lot, and I could never get that squeaking to go away. I hated that sound. I haven't had that problems with Shimano. Let's see. So Jason said the shop seems odd to me. Then go with your gut. Find another shop. Yeah. If they can't recognize that, it seems like the expertise is lacking. So be careful. All right. So Cycle Word, let's see. As another cyclist in your area, people rarely recommend garbage. Yeah. Yeah. Find another shop. John Marino, have any of your cycling mates converted to tubeless on the road? No. We had a guy who had tubeless, but we weren't close to him. We just rode with him, but he went back because his name was George. He had all kinds of problems with it. I'm starting to see some cyclists go tubeless on their road bikes. Yeah, I mean, it's out there if you want to try it. It's just an investment because all your other wheels now, if you have a lot of wheels, you got to get new wheels that will take. They've got newer wheels now that will take regular tires and tubeless tires. But yeah, the tubeless technology is different. So do your homework. So no, I'm happy with what I have. I only change things when it's necessary, not because it's new. So if I got a problem I have to address and they have something that addresses it, I'll be on the bandwagon. I don't just change for change's sake. Just because somebody comes up with something. It's kind of like I made the comment about my iPhone. I still have the 6S, and I think they've got like some kind of 10X or 10R. I don't know what's out there. They just seem to bring it out so quickly now. And then they're asking more and more money. I'm like, this one works great. That's the 6S. Nothing wrong with it. So when it falls apart, I'll get on whatever's out at that point. All right, let's see here. Did you exhaust? This is Chris Roxbury. Did you exhaust your Rafa budget for the year today like everyone else? Not today, no. Over a period of time. That's the way I do them. There were things that they had on sale, like I got a $39 pink Pro Team hat with the ears that you can cover your ears because I wanted that colorway. And I got it, and then Paul was telling me, oh, it went down to 32. I'm like, fine, good for them. I got what I wanted. It already came. And then I got the base layer, the green one we had with the neck like this, the Pro Team thermal base layer. I got it in pink. And then I think 2 days ago, I got the same thing in black with the yellow writing on it. because we use that a lot. That keeps me nice and warm. So over time, I just get a piece here, get a piece. I don't do a lot of major stuff because you can really get carried away, and then something comes to see. And I'm glad I did, because here today the shorts that we've been waiting for more than 7 months went on sale, the lightweight one. And I jumped all over. I got one. Paul got two. Then he got the nerve to tell me Rafa's getting him in trouble. I'm like, Rafa's not getting you in trouble. That's funny. Because I had told him, I said, man, you better wait. The shorts are going to go on sale, because he was doing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. No, I'm done. I'm done. My budget's over. I mean, it's like, it's done, So I have to build back up. But, the shorts, the regular black and black protein shorts, that's what I got my eye on. They never put that thing on sale. I'm not buying it for $270. I have to put that thing on sale at some point. Hey, Razvan Popa says hi. All right. Let's see. What do you think of Lance Armstrong doping scandal? That's ancient history. It's not Lance's doping scandal. I don't like that. It's cycling, the Tour doping scandal. Think about it. Tom Simpson died years ago, before Lance was probably even born. They've been doping forever. He came in there. They were doping. They had guys who weren't at his quality, that were winning races. They knew about it. Those guys complained for a long time. All these guys winning races, all of a sudden they just flying. People knew. It's not his doping scandal. They want to use him as a scapegoat. No. It's like he just came in, they were playing a game, and he learned how to play it better than most of them, and his body reacted well to the drugs that all of them were doing, getting it from the same doctor. Dr. Ferrari was well known. How do you think Lance found him? That's what I'm saying. It's not his scandal. So don't fall for that. They were forced to do something. They were forced to make a decision because of the institution that allowed that to continue. So the Tour needs to clean up the cycling mess. That's their scandal. That's how I feel about it. So they say, oh, they're banning him for life. They're going to remove his name. Yeah, well, there's 7 things blank. We know who it is. Anybody who asks will know. They tried to give one of them to Jan Ullrich. He said, no, thank you. I like my second place. So, no. That's how I feel about it. He won those races. You got to ride. You can't sit on the couch. You can take all the drugs you want. You're not going to do it from the couch. You got to get your butt in the saddle. So, yeah. I don't believe that's the way it should be, but it shouldn't be forced to have to do that. So cycling needs to clean up its mess that's been there forever. Enough people have died with all kinds of illegal stuff. That's why you got doctors like Ferrari and them who perfected it to where it was safer now, so they're able to do that. But still, they knew they had a problem. When Tom Simpson died, they knew long back then. So let's see. So Todd has look Keo. Yeah, that's what I used. I had the Keo blades, and the cleats would just squeak. They shouldn't be wearing out that much unless you're doing a lot of walking, But don't do it by miles. Just look at how much walking you're doing, the kind of riding you're doing, And just get replacements when they're on sale and keep them in the house. That's what I do. So this is Dev Miller. I'm here in the man cave hangout. My wife is listening to chats. She thinks I should quit my job and stay with the kids because she's working enough to support the family. So thanks to you, man. I know you put a smiley face there, but I hope you're serious, because that's nothing wrong with that. I cannot tell you the kind of bond I have with my 2 girls. Since I've been, I work from the house here. So I'm here. So I drop them off at school. It's about 1.5 kilometers from here. I drop them off, come home, ride. I work. And at 3 p.m., I pick them up, bring them home when they have homework, help them with their homework and whatever. And over the last 2.5 years, we're tight. So, yeah, no job in corporate America could have given me that. So that's just something. I thank my wife for it all the time. My girls come to me for everything. They pass my wife, because they know it will be dealt with, And sometimes she'll joke about it, like, what am I, chopped liver?
I said, when they come to you, you got a million other things you're dealing with, and you put them off. I deal with it right away. I make them feel as important. So yeah, if you get that opportunity, it's great. You know, those formative years, you know, they're 7 and 9 now. And I'd say, you know, I think about it, they learn how to ride their bikes. I thought about filming it because somebody had asked a ride with your girls. My girls just learned how to ride bicycles. We rode from here to their school yesterday. It was cold. It was really cold. And they want to do it again after the live feed. Now they can ride to their schools on the bicycle we just got. You know, because we have this, they listened to what I said, and we did the classroom thing, and then they got on the bike and they picked it up. The 9-year-old got it within an hour or so. The other one needed 2 sessions, so maybe 3 or 4 hours. And now they're both riding independently. I got on my Colnago, put on my moccasins. I didn't need to clip in, and we rode together. I had my lights on, teaching them how to stop. You know, we started the road to ride on, stop for cars. And it was just amazing riding with those kids. The drivers were giving me all this respect. I said, I need to take them on all my rides. So yes, man, that is just, there's no money that can come close to that. It's priceless. Let's see. Yeah, Dev. Yeah, man, do it, man. I don't homeschool them. They go to school. The school's right here. I think, you know, at a certain age, even if you homeschool them at a certain age, they need to get out there. They need to hang out with the other kids. They need to get exposed to all the other germs and whatever else. You know, about a year and a half ago, they have fevers, whatever. I had to take care of them. But it's good for their immune system to get out and their social skills. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I think it's really cool. Let's see here. I have one pair of road shoes. Thanks for the input. That's Todd. Okay. Yeah. Todd, you have one pair of road shoes. That's fine. But I think every cyclist should have 2. The reason being is if something happens to one, you got one already set up so it doesn't interrupt your riding. If something breaks on the shoe, maybe the buckle or something can happen. You never know. And I've had that from real life experience. It's good to have another one ready to go so you're not held up and you don't have to go scramble to buy shoes. So get a backup when it's on sale or whatever, the brand that fits your foot. Get a backup. So yeah, I got 5, but I didn't buy them at retail, guys. You heard I just stole something on eBay. I consider it stealing because this guy was sitting there at $44. He thought he had it. The last 30 seconds, I just, yep. He couldn't react. I did an automatic bit, capped it, and it just took it. He couldn't react. It was gone. So yeah, that's how I got a lot of my shoes. I buy them on eBay. People buy them and they're not happy. I know what brand I like. I like Giro shoes, Shimano shoes, but all my shoes are Giro. I don't buy them at full price. No. So you get them. I got a $75 shoe. The orange shoes I wear, real bright orange ones you guys see, they're listed them for $3 something. I got it for $75 on eBay. Somebody got them, I guess, didn't like them. And eBay is cool because they have the buyer guarantee that if somebody misrepresents something, you can get your money back if it's not what they advertised. eBay is real good about that. So even when you're buying used stuff, you're good. So he said he uses the covers. Yeah, that's fine. Just use them when you're working in gravel or mud. I hate mud getting in my cleats. Then you got to dig them out. They're a pain. Yeah, but on regular concrete, you don't need to put on covers. I don't wear covers unless we're walking in places where we're going to, most of our grand funders, I don't carry those covers in my pocket. I got enough crap in there. All right, let's see here. I have one pair of road shoes. Thanks for the input. Let's see, I just received Michael Fernandez. I feel better riding on the drop bar rather than the upright. There's nothing wrong with that, but it should feel the same. I don't know if he said upright. What do you mean the drops? I mean the hoods. You should be able to ride the hoods, the corner of the top of the bars, where you climb up here. Because when you're climbing, you open up your chest. That's a good position for climbing. Climbing in the drops is a little hard because you're down and you don't breathe as well necessarily. You know, it's a different kind of load. And, Pantani was one of the few that would do that in the hills. You should be able to ride all the positions. If you're not able to, something's off with your setup. There are like 6 positions on the bars, 3 on the tops, 3 down where you call in the drops. We'll use all of them. Robert said, there's a picture of Lance Armstrong with all 7 framed and hung on the wall. Yeah, I think I've seen that. He did that when they were considering yanking the titles. And he did that and he said, oh, he was doing that out of spite. As far as I'm concerned, he won those races. I watched all those tours. So anyway. And that's how the riders feel. Because all the top guys were on something. That's why Jan Ulrich did not want to take their, oh, we're going to give you first place. He said, I'm proud of my second place. Oh, Lance. Yeah. I like Lance. I've ridden with Lance and Steve Bauer. They used to come to Austin when I lived there to do their winter training. And so, he's a hard worker. Nobody gave Lance anything. Lance had a tough childhood, raised by a single mom. He didn't have a silver spoon. So he worked for everything. So they can do whatever they want. He's a tough guy. He'll be fine. Yeah. The hoods, okay. Yeah, you should be, Michael, you should be able to ride the hoods. That tells me that out of the angle of your bar or the length of your stem or where your hoods are positioned, something's off with your cockpit. That's what you want to look at. And I know everybody says something up with your fit, but that's really what they mean. Nobody can give you a definitive advice unless they either seen you or they know your numbers. If I saw a video of you and you pointed out what you were having problems with, that's what we do with the people who do the remote fit with. I could tell you, yeah, I think you need to clean that up. Because what I have them do, once we've perfected their saddle position, I have them film themselves from the side in every drop position while they're filming. So I get to see whether there are gaps under their hands when they grab the bars. Are the bars sitting where they should be? Because all of that makes a difference in whether your hands get numb or whether it feels right. Your bar should just be there when you reach for it. You shouldn't have to think about it, So it's something that you need to work on, man, just as far as looking at your fit. It's just, and a lot of times it's just little tweaks that go the long way. That they're not major adjustments, but they're little adjustments that all of a sudden you get an aha, oh my goodness, this is what I've been missing. When we're riding, Paul and I look at each other, a lot of times we'll laugh. And I'm like, we're thinking the same thing. We always see people that are just not one with their bike, and that's why we can ride. We rode 8 hours plus last week, in comfort. It's just a lot of fun when your bike fits you well. And then you produce power more efficiently. You can do it longer, So it's like, So it should be interesting tomorrow. We're going to try to hook up with those guys from Team RR, because we know they're going to act crazy. They haven't been training because it's been raining, because they don't want to get out and get wet. And now they're going to try to act like Superman. And a lot of them don't know what we've been doing. So I told Paul, we're just going to sit and watch and see, so we can have a good story to show the channel, because they're going to try stuff. I know how they are. In their minds, they've seen it. They've been able to do it before when they were in good shape. But then they don't realize that, okay, I've had 2 weeks off or whatever is going on with them. And then they still want to do that. And then you can just see when the gasket blows. Michael, if you're going to sign up for a remote fit, use this code here, since you're here. Use this code here. You get a discount. Just all together. I'll give you a discount. Yeah. Long as you can make some adjustment. The biggest thing you will need to have is that ruler that has the bubble. Because I like for people to make sure that the measurements are done correctly. Once you sign up, I'll give you access to the Veloharmony premium videos where you can see what people need to look for when they measure their inseam. We go through everything. You'll have to fill out that form with all your stats that you're aware of. I do it thoroughly so that you know where you're coming from and where you're going. And as we're progressing, you will feel the changes. That's been my experience with people that I help. Because we start with your saddle first. Because if you're not settled there, none of these changes mean that much. Let's see. Another great chat. Have a good day. Yeah, Chris, we're wrapping up. Chris, take care. Let's see. Razan, how often do you maintain them? They look so clean and ready to ride. Yeah, I clean them after every ride. Let me give you a video here that I have that will give you more details. I don't wait till there's a problem. And I don't wash the bike after every ride. I clean the chain. Let's see. I will give you a playlist for the maintenance playlist on the channel, and that will answer you in detail. Let's see here. Maintenance playlist. This is the maintenance playlist on the channel. And Chris, have a great weekend, man. We're going to get the K's in. We're going to get some good clips for you guys. Let me look for the main video that I think you want to start with. Edit the playlist. Welcome, Michael. Let's see here. I've got videos in there for how to wash your bike, but as far as what to do after every ride, here's the one. Start with this one, and then as time permits, go through that playlist. Start with this video and go through that playlist. That will let you know how our bikes stay clean. It's easy to do. It does not require a lot of time. You just need to keep up with it. That's all. So you don't have any surprises. So guys, we're going to wrap up. Paul Ilonga, Chris Roxbury, Eric, Todd Morrell, all you guys, we want to thank you so much. All the super legends on here, all the super chats. We appreciate you. And we will be together again on Monday evening this time for the premiere of what we're going to do tomorrow. So you guys get your K's in. Be safe out there until we talk again.